Hey, sixth grade. So I'm noticing that based off of our data from yesterday, we struggled a bit with this question. So we're going to go step by step, making sure that we are showing our annotations and that we are getting a clear sense of what the question is actually asking. The baker is making walnut bread. The recipe uses 2/3 cups for each loaf of bread. So for each, we're talking about for one loaf of bread, we need 2/3 cups of walnuts. The baker has 7.5 total cups of walnuts. So this is the total amount of walnuts that we have. So we have our total. What is the maximum number of loaves of walnut bread the baker can make? All right, so we're trying to see what is the maximum number that he can make. So we have 7.5 cups of walnuts as our total. Now we go back here. It says the recipe uses 2/3 for each. So this 2/3 cup is going to either be the size of groups or my size of groups or number of groups. If it uses 2/3 for each, this is going to end up actually being my size of groups, because that's how much walnut I need for one group. And so if I'm setting up my division problem, because I'm trying to figure out how many 2/3 there are in 7.5 cups, I go ahead and I have my total divided by my size of groups, which means that our quotient is going to represent what? Our quotient is going to represent the number of groups. Let's go ahead and let's replace these numbers. My total is 7.5 divided by 2/3, which is going to give me the answer I'm looking for. Now we're back to just dividing up improper fraction by a proper fraction. All right, so we're going to do this. We can't divide this in the way it's set up. They must both be improper fractions, so we're going to do 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15 over 2, divided by 2/3. Now we can go ahead and do our keep, switch, and flip. And so now I'm going to have 2 over 15 times, nope, messed that up. I keep my 15 over 2, might change my division to multiplication, and I flip my 2/3 to 3 over 2. 15 times 3 gives me 45, divided by 4. 4 goes into 45 11 times, with 1/4 left over. All right, now, so here I have 11 and 1/4. The question is asking, what is the maximum number of loaves of walnut the bread maker can make? Well, the maximum number is going to be 11, because you can't make an entire loaf with 1/4 of walnuts. You need 2/3. All right.